The Lived Experiences project is a partnership between ourselves and the Bevan Foundation, and what we are trying to do is give people a voice, give people a means to engage with decision makers to help influence and shape policy. Lots of the people that we support are quite disempowered and disillusioned, and the Lived Experience project gave us a perfect opportunity to try and connect people with decision makers.
But it was really worthwhile doing, and you always felt better at the end of it because you've spoken about issues, you've given a lived-in experience of certain situations which they were then using to put into a portfolio of things that are going to go forward and make the difference.
So as part of my role on the Lived Experiences project, we facilitated a number of workshops around childcare, free school meals, school uniforms. We did the inquiry into sports and participation. We did a group around unpaid carers. We did a large piece of work around the Welsh quality housing standards. We did debt and the pandemic. We contributed towards the cost of living crisis inquiry and the child poverty strategy for Wales. So a lot of people, myself included, don't really have a great understanding of politics and how it's devolved and what the powers are in Wales. So we got a group of people together and we did a training session to try and understand better about the devolved nation and what we're able to do within that remit. It's left people feeling empowered. It's strengthened our relationship with the Bevan Foundation, the Joseph Rowntree Foundation and also Welsh Government. And it's enabled us to establish good links with the researchers within the Senedd. It's also given us a seat at the table through our work with citizens and the Accountability Assembly that we attended. And what we found this has done is it's given people the opportunity to meet other people who are in similar situations for themselves and try and come up with solutions together. And it's been really, really amazing to watch because there's lots of ideas and thoughts and feelings about how things could be improved and how things could be done. And it's actually coming from the community, it's coming from the ground up.
It's all about the community coming together to better help things, and without people coming forward with their lived experiences, there's never going to be a change if we can't identify what they are. Once they've been identified, then we can help working forward to making a better future for everybody.
So to be able to have a means then to engage with decision makers is what's made this project really, really special.
It was nice to see a change, whether how little it was, something was done. It wasn't we did the focus groups, that was the end of that, we never saw anything. Like with the free school meals, that came out, everybody's seeing it, it's a big thing. It's not just this teeny little thing, some people came together in the local community centre. Big changes are coming and it can only get better.
We also did some work with unpaid carers, and this directly contributed to some of the work that we're doing within ACE as part of our ACE Cares work. We were also part of the work around the Welsh quality housing standards. This led on to a much wider piece of work because as soon as we started talking to community members, it was apparent that this was a huge issue. We found a lot of issues around tenant blame. So people reported that when they had issues around damp, they were being told it was their fault and to open windows, increase ventilation. And actually what it was doing was having a huge impact on the quality of their lives and their well-being. So we got a group together and we were able to attend a accountability assembly in County Hall where we actually held them to account, and the council agreed to work with us on this issue and ensuring that there's better reporting processes in place and that there's more accountability as far as the work goes and the work is conducted to a higher standard.
It built my confidence up. I was going through a bit of just not wanting to do anything, but this was a really nice thing to get back out and be like, actually what I say has an impact, and just coming together as a community to have your say. Nothing can be changed without people having their say.
We also receive funding directly through Welsh Government to participate in the childcare poverty strategy for Wales. So we work with 3 different groups of people, one being parents of children of early years, so 6 and under. We work with a group of parents who had children with additional learning needs and neurodiversity. And we also worked with a group of young people, which was really interesting to gain their perspective. And we had some really interesting findings from that. The key thing that they wanted was to be able to work, which was really interesting. And they were very, very inspirational young people. We also took a group of participants down to the Senedd, and we were also invited to come along and observe the discussion that was happening around the cost of living, which we contributed directly to. The participants have reported that the experience has been really empowering, and they have actually seen change as a result of this intervention and interaction.
Nothing ever gets changed unless people come together, many in force. It's not just the one, collectively all of us coming together and making a difference.